Marketing mix, when we talk about this particular term, it's a very big concept. It includes the 4 P's and the 7 P's. Initially, it started with 4 P's, the product, place, price, and promotion. Later on, expanded to 7 P's for the service marketing. That includes people, physical evidence, and process. These are the additional 3 P's which we talk in terms of service marketing. For product marketing, we talk about the 4 P's. Now, the marketing mix has been defined as the set of the marketing tools that the firms use to pursue its marketing objectives in the target market. So, when we talk about marketing mix, let us understand that marketing mix constitutes of these 7 P's, 4 P's, especially for the product marketing, additional 3 P's for the service marketing. So in total, there are 7 P's. These 7 P's are product, place, price, and promotion. When we talk about marketing mix, it means it is a set of tools which the companies are actually using to pursue their marketing objectives and goals for a given target market. For every target market, the marketing mix elements will be different. For example, let us consider the case of toothpaste. Now toothpaste comes in different sizes, different variety, and for every particular market, the particular same toothpaste brand is being offered in different sizes and variety. For example, for kids, they may go for something very herbal, natural, right? For the adults, they have choices like salt-based, menthol-based toothpaste, then the natural ingredient-based toothpaste. So all these things are the varieties. Now coming to the sizes. For a person who is living alone in a PG, in a rented accommodation, separate from the family, the person will prefer to buy a small quantity. For a person who is living in a family constituting of minimum 4 to 5 members, that person while buying the toothpaste will buy the family pack. Now, when we talk about marketing mix, it starts with the product. So product is basically the combination of all the attributes which we think of in order to offer value to the customers. Product includes features such as product variety, product quality, product design, then all the customizations which we can offer under the product, the packaging part also, it is also included into it, the logo, the brand name, the warranty and guarantee terms. So all these things, or we can call it as a tool, we consider under the attribute of product. This will help us to target our potential customers. The next P is price. Pricing strategies are very important. Now we have DMart and we have Big Bazaar also. But from 2006 onwards, if you see, the growth of DMart is actually very high, and if you look at the growth of Big Bazaar, it is going down. The reason is the price. They are not able to control the overheads. So the companies are looking price as a strategic tool to penetrate the market, to improve the profits, to grow in the given market. And for that purpose, pricing strategies are very much critical for every organization's growth. It includes strategies like discounted pricing. Walmart had started their business in Europe and in rest of the world by implementing the everyday low pricing strategy. The first store of Walmart was opened in 1932 by Sam Walton, and from that time onwards, Walmart is having a strategy to buy in bulk quantity so that the discounts can be offered because you are purchasing in volumes. Due to large volumes, you are getting the discounts from the suppliers. That is being offered to the customers. So customer is getting cheaper commodities and goods on that given day from the given market rate on that particular specific period. So pricing strategy could be of various types, like penetration pricing strategy. Sometimes the companies reduce the price of their product offerings so that they can penetrate the market, they can capture the market share. After some time, they increase the price gradually. The other strategy is premium pricing strategy, which is being used by most of the premium brands like Apple, then you have Bosch, then you have Bose. These are the companies which uses the premium pricing strategy. They consider only the premium layer customers, the creamy layer segment of the market for as a potential customer for their product initially. Then they reduce the prices so that every particular given layer or the cream of every layer can be taken by them. So this is another strategy. Then you have cash and credit based terms also. Sometimes companies are offering you the EMIs or the other facilities also in the form of loan. So these are included under the pricing strategy. Not every commodity or the product can be purchased in cash. For some products, you need to support the customers by way of offering the finances. So for that, the loans, EMIs options are being given. Today, people are buying their mobile phones on EMIs. So this is why the market has been flourishing and booming. So marketing mix strategy is really very important. The third P is called as the place. Place matters a lot. If your product is good, but if your market is wrong, probably your market is somewhere else, then at that situation the product will not perform, the product will get failed in the market. Now I'll take you to a very practical example. Through that you will understand. Hindustan Unilever, a very famous brand, they have various soap brands for Indian market especially. For example, they have Lux, one of the oldest brand of toilet soap in India. Now, Lux has been targeted especially to the women's, the teenagers, the girls whose skin is very soft and which cannot afford the high caustic content or high chemical based content. There are other brands also, like for example, Lifebuoy. Lifebuoy has been targeted to the kids, to the generation which is mostly doing outdoor activities, especially to the adults. So Lifebuoy is also existing. Then you have Rexona. Then you have Hammam soap also. So all these are the brands which are being sold out in Indian market, especially by Hindustan Unilever only. But for the premium segment, they have the Dove and Pierce. So Dove and Pierce has been targeted to the premium segment of the customers. So product is same, but you have different varieties for different market and is being sold in different places. For example, you cannot sell the Pierce in the rural market. There will be very few customers for that. But for the Pierce and for the Dove brand, you will find the customers easily in Pune like cities. So the companies choose their market very wisely because they know if the product is good and if the market is not supporting, product will get totally failed. Now another example is of Maruti. In 2012, they had launched a premium car. The name was Kijashi. The initial price, ex-showroom price of that Kijashi was kept at 18 lakh rupees. And the company was aiming for very good market penetration through this particular premium brand. But then after about 3 years, they decided to just phase out this particular brand because the mindset of the consumers was that the Maruti is producing only the budget cars for the middle class family. People have never seen Maruti as a company of offering or manufacturing the premium segment cars. And because of this reason, Maruti got totally failed in the premium segment. Again, they decided to enter in the market with their fresh strategy, that is by launching Nexa showrooms, and that Nexa showrooms across India are having different brands of Maruti which are being sold out exclusively in the Nexa outlets. This strategy has worked out and today Maruti has penetrated in the premium segment also. Now they have Baleno, they have S-Cross and they have lot of other cars. Ignis, for example, which are considered as premium segment and it has been targeted to the higher middle class. This is because of the strategy of place. They have changed the place by not selling the same premium cars in the same showroom. They have distinguished their brands so that the person who is coming for the premium features can go directly to the Nexa brand. The person who is coming for the budget segment can go directly to the normal Maruti showrooms. So this is how they have distinguished their product by changing the place strategy, by not selling everything at one place but segregating the brands and selling it according to the features, according to the range and other things. So this is how the marketing mix strategy is. The last P, that 4P, is called as the promotion. Now, promotion is very important because it communicates about the brand, service, idea, or the information of the manufacturer or the producer to the potential customers, or we can call it as a market. Without promotion, people will not be aware about the product. So promotion is very important tool. It makes the consumers aware about what is the new feature, what is the differentiation between the brand with that of its competitors. So promotion is not just for the purpose of increasing the sales. It also communicates about the brand to the target market. And therefore, the product, place, price, and promotion, these tools are being used differently for the different market. As I gave you the example of Maruti, I would also like to give you the example of McDonald's. They are selling the veg aloo tikki, the veg burger, especially in India. Nowhere else in any country you will find the veg aloo tikki and veg burger. They have changed their product strategy, especially for the Indian market. Given that Indian consumers are fond of eating the potatoes and most of them are vegetarian also. So considering this market size, the company has offered this Mac Aloo Tikki and veg burger to the customers who are vegetarians. For non-vegetarian customers, they are having lot of options today, like for example egg, then they have also fish, and they are also serving the chicken. Rest of the world, they are serving pork and beef. It is not being sold out. It is not available in any of the MACD outlet in India. So marketing mix strategy changes with the market, and that is how it is very important for you to understand. Now, when we talk about marketing mix is very crucial for different product categories also. For example, if a company is having n number of brands with n number of price range, the company has to choose wisely as to which product is to be targeted for which particular market segment. They cannot target every customer with a single price, every customer with a single product feature, every customer at the same location, every customer with the same promotional offers. So the offers, everything has to be different. Today, companies have come up with very innovative offer in the smartphone brands. They are asking you to come down to the outlet. You can do the exchange also. They are also giving you the cashback offers on your debit cards and credit cards when you make the payment. And besides this, they are also giving you the extended warranty. So these are the product mix strategies which are being used by the companies in order to support their marketing efforts. Now, broadly speaking, the marketing mix elements were only four, but now they have been increased to 7Ps because not all the elements are sufficient for the service marketing because services are heterogeneous. They cannot be the same. In case of product, you purchase the product and it remains with you forever. But in case of services, you cannot own a service. Services are heterogeneous. A same person cannot offer you the same service again and again. Because of this heterogeneity, because of this perishability feature, in case of product, the product is going to be with you. If you buy this smartphone, it will be with you. In case of service, once the service has been delivered, it is over, it is perished. So you already only have the experience in your mind. So for that purpose, in order to support the services marketing, the marketers have increased the 4Ps to the 7Ps. I'll come to that point also and will help you to understand with the help of examples as to how the additional 3Ps are working out in order to support the entire marketing efforts. So as I gave you the example regarding the product, price, place and promotion, let us understand that who coined this particular term. So it is Mr. Jerome McCarthy. He is very famous person. Originally, the marketing mix or the 4Ps was proposed by Mr. Jerome McCarthy, and it provides the framework for marketing decision making. McCarthy's marketing mix has since become one of the most enduring and widely accepted framework in marketing. So what I have covered right now, the 4Ps, it is the term being coined by Jerome McCarthy, and widely accepted means every company, be it as a smaller company or a large company, a multinational company, they are following the 4Ps and the 7Ps. They are using the 4Ps and 7Ps as the tool to support their marketing efforts. Now let us understand about the first P, that is called as a product. Now when we talk about product, let us understand that product includes the various features of a product, the attributes which we can say. Now every product has a different attribute. For example, if you take this simple pen, it is having a different feature. If you go for high-end pens, like for example Lamy, Pierre Cardin, they have a different features. They have a brand name also associated with it. They are very powerful brands. People are purchasing such costly pens just by the brand name. Otherwise the ink is same and everything is same, but it is the brand which makes the differentiation. So product is a very important tool for the marketing offerings. Now when we talk about product, a product refers to an item that satisfies the consumer needs or wants. Simple. You have certain needs and wants. Based on that, the company will make a customized product, especially to serve you or a given class of market, which has the same set of demands, that is called as a homogeneous market. And for satisfying those needs and wants, the products are being offered which add value to your life. Simple. Now, products can be tangible or intangible. In marketing, we call product as tangible or intangible. If I am saying product next time, assume that I am talking about both products and services. Tangible things, like for example, eggs, vegetables, furniture, your gadgets, electronic appliances, all these comes under product category because they are visible and you can touch and you can feel them. They have a physical existence. Services on the other hand, they don't have any physical existence. Like for example, airlines services, doctors are giving you the services, chartered accountants are giving you the services, lawyers are giving you the services. So all these services once delivered are perished. You cannot store the services, whereas you can store the product. So when we talk about product in marketing, it includes both the tangibles and the intangibles. Now let us understand the typical marketing decisions under the first P. So under product designing, we first of all talk about what would be the features of a product, what would be the quality perspectives. Like for example, as I said, you have Rexona, you have Hamam, you have Lifebuoy, you have Pierce, you have Dove, right? All these brands are there under the soap category of Hindustan Unilever. They are targeting these different features, soaps, to different class of customers. They cannot target Lifebuoy to every customer because not everyone is going to like that. So when we talk about product design, if it is a soap, you need to see what would be its features, what would be the quality aspects, and accordingly you have to select the given target market. Maruti Alto 800 cannot be targeted to the premium customers. Similarly, the Brezza will cannot be targeted to the lower end customers or the lower income group customers because they may not be able to afford that. So product design includes all these kind of things. What would be the features? What would be the offerings? If suppose there is automatic manual transmission, AMT, that comes with the vehicles these days, automobile vehicles these days. If it is ABD, anti-lock brake distribution system, electronic brake distribution. So all these new features which are enabled in the vehicle today, for that the prices are also being increased. Now, not everyone can afford all these features. Some of the features which have been made mandatory by the Motor Vehicle Act will remain there in every vehicle. But some features which are additional, for that you need to pay. For example, the sunroof, the vinyl coating, right? Alloy wheels. So every product has got variety. In a vehicle, automobile vehicle, for example, it comes with a petrol version, it comes with a diesel version, and it comes with a hybrid version. which you can switch it between the CNG and the petrol. So these are the things. Tomorrow, the hybrid vehicles will have battery or CNG, battery or petrol, something like that. So if you go in Europe, 99% of the vehicles are hybrid. In India, it is not like the case. So considering the Indian market, the affordability, the economic status, the political factors, economical factors, all other factors, the product designs have been made for every market. Let's take an example of Maruti. Maruti is not just successful because of the price which they have kept for their vehicle. They are successful because of so many additional things which they have incorporated, especially for the Indian market. For example, the ground clearance part. Maruti's vehicle are having the highest ground clearance in that budget, which other cars or other manufacturers have recently adopted. Earlier, it was the USP of Maruti company only. Their ground clearance was the highest because they considered the Indian road conditions before manufacturing cars for the Indian market. Now, every market will have the products. Now, for every market, the same product will not suit. So, you need to make the changes in the market. For example, if you take cold drink as the case, if it is a Pepsi, if it is a Coca-Cola brand, you will find that in rural market, they have the small PET bottles. If you go in cities like Pune, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, you will find that most of the outlets are keeping the PET bottles which are having 2.25 liters of capacity, up to 2.25 liters. So why the capacity has been increased for the cities? Because people consume that. Their consumption is very high as compared to the rural market. Take an example of Cadbury. Now Cadbury has recently launched the dark chocolate and they have mentioned over there, especially for the adults. Earlier, they launched their particular campaigning by just targeting the kids, but then they found that the kids are not going to give them the business in the long run and the company's profitability will be stagnant. Then they had launched an advertisement in 1996 1997 wherein a girl is shown as dancing and a boy was coming and the jingle was kya swad hai zindagi mein. That ad was so popular that it has increased the sales of the Cadbury company, and they have broken the jinx that Cadbury's or such kind of chocolates are not just meant for the consumption of the kids or the teenagers. These are meant for all age group people. Then later on they had broken the jinx by launching the dark chocolates. Then again they thought how to increase the sales. At the time when sweets were mixed with the adult trends, they had come up with the Cadbury Celebrations pack. This was proved to be a greater substitute, a bigger substitute for the sweets because sweets were contaminated and mixed with various chemicals and other things which were hazardous for the human health. Now with that Cadbury Celebrations, the brand image in the mind, people have started buying the chocolates and they have started giving the chocolates as a gift to the family members. So product design, features, quality, everything has to be taken into consideration based on the market. Next is product assortment, the range. A single product will have a different range. For example, if you see Samsung, if you see Nokia, they have n number of brands. If you go for Redmi, they have 8, they have 9, they have 10 Pro. All these things are there. All these models are there. That ranges are there based on the features, and because of that reason in mind that not every customer can afford the 20,000 rupees smartphone. Someone will buy a 7,000 rupees smartphone, someone will buy a 12,000 rupees smartphone, and for that purpose the range has been selected by the company and based on that they are offering it to the market. Now, when we talk about product mix means the features which you are giving in a given product. Every product will have a different product features. For example, if you buy just the radio, it will just give you that particular sound and you can just listen to your favorite station. If you buy radio plus your other players, then you can play your music at your ease. If you buy a home theater system, you can connect it with your TV. You can play it in on any other party and occasion. So these are the product mixes, the features which are added based on your needs. The product lines means a same product containing what varieties. For example, as I gave you the case of the Hindustan Unilever. For soap, they have Rexona, Hamam, they have Lifebuoy, they have Pierce, they have Dove. So all these are considered under a single product line, that is a soap. Now branding is very important part. Every brand gives the company a brand equity. Every brand gives the company a positioning in the given market. Not every brands are popular for a given company or for a particular manufacturer. So you need to constantly involve yourself in creating a positioning so that it will contribute towards the branding of the company. Packaging and labeling decisions are to be taken. Companies these days are very much serious about the packaging and the labeling part, because most of the purchase decision, if it is related to the commodity, it has been taken on the basis of just seeing the packaging and the labeling aspects. And therefore packaging has become a separate subject of study in marketing today. Packaging, gone those days wherein the packaging was just considered as the augmented part. Today the organizations are looking at packaging as a strategic marketing effort. Every packaging is so attractive that you get tempted to buy that particular product. And this is what it happens in the market these days. If you buy any product, for example a watch, you will find that the packaging is so lucrative and so attractive that it is not just meant to just keep the product safe, but it is also meant as a medium to create awareness, to inform the customer about the product use, to give the do's and don'ts, to inform the customer about the features, and it is also being used as a marketing tool to attract the potential customers. So the packaging is very important. Labeling gives the information about a product. For example, if you buy any vial of capsules, if it is a capsule or if it is any product, for example Complan, Bonvita, or anything like, for example, a snacks, you will find the ingredients are been written, and then you will understand how much calories they are associated with it, what are the ingredients. And if you are allergic to any particular substance, you can see the ingredients, and based on that you can decide. Even if you buy a hair dye for yourself, that also contains the information. So packaging is not just being used to keep the product safe today, it is a part of the product mix strategy. It is a part of marketing mix strategy being used to attract the potential customers, to retain them, right? So it includes packaging also. Then we also talk about the services, for example installation services, after sale services, services at different level. Once you purchase a vehicle, once you purchase a home theater, once you purchase a TV, once you purchase a watch, once you get a bank account, everywhere the services are associated with it. Sometimes you go for the services related to the product, sometimes you want to buy something else, sometimes you want to inquire something else related to the company. For that purpose the services are being offered. Now customer grievance handling is also to be taken side by side, otherwise you will not be able to retain your potential customers. Guarantees and warranties terms are also to be considered. Every product comes with a guarantee or a warranty. Guarantee means entire replacement of a product irrespective of whatever has happened. Warranty means in the case of any damage which is manufacturing defect, the same product will be repaired. If it cannot be repaired, then it will be replaced. That is what called as a warranty. So all these terms and jargons are very important for a marketing professional, because tomorrow it will become a part and parcel of your life. Now talking about the price. Price stands for the pricing strategy, the price setting, the allowances, the discounts, the payment terms, the credit payment periods which you offer for a particular product category. So when we talk about price, it refers to the amount a customer paying for a product. प्राइस का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि जो पैसा पे कर रहे हैं, प्राइस उसमें आपका जो समय लग रहा है एज अ कस्टमर, जो आपने टाइम लगाया, एनर्जी लगाई, किसी चीज को हासिल करने के लिए आपने जो भी सैक्रिफाइस किया, दैट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ प्राइस. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि मुझे यहाँ तक पहुंचने में बहुत प्राइस पे करना पड़ा है, तो जरूरी थोड़ी है कि उसके लिए उन्होंने कैश पे किया या उन्होंने रियल में कहीं ना कहीं पैसा बहाया हो सकता है कि उन्होंने मेहनत की हो हो सकता है कि उन्होंने रात दिन एक करके अपना खून पसीना एक किया हो सकता है कि दे हैव बर्न्ड अ मिडनाइट ऑयल, हो सकता है कि उन्होंने इतना हार्ड लेबर किया हो कि बाकी सब कुछ उन्होंने सब साइड में रख दिया हो. So this is called as a price. So price can be considered as a bribe, a commission, an interest, a payment, anything of value to you which you have paid in order to get a product or a service for yourself. That is called as a price. So छोटे बच्चे को बोलते हैं कि आप अगर पढ़ाई करोगे तो आपको चॉकलेट मिलेगी. तो छोटे बच्चे ने क्या प्राइस पे किया चॉकलेट के लिए? पढ़ाई की, उसने सेक्रीफाइस किया. सो ये सारी चीजें प्राइस के अंडर में आती हैं. तो प्राइस एक बहुत बड़ा टर्म हो चुका है आज की तारीख में. पहले प्राइस को जब बात करते थे तो लोग बोलते थे कि प्राइस का मतलब केवल पैसा होता है या पैसे से रिलेटेड एनीथिंग विच इज बीन कंसीडर्ड और कैलकुलेटेड and evaluated in monetary terms can only be considered under price. But today price has got a very wide meaning. So price is basically the amount a customer pays for a product. So price may also refers to the sacrifices the customers are prepared to make to acquire a product. Price is the only variable that has implications for revenue. रेवेन्यू के लिए प्राइस सेटिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. राइट प्राइस होगा तो आप प्रॉफिट में रहेंगे. पार्ले जी आज भी 5 रुपए का बिकता है, इतने साल हो गए, बट वो वॉल्यूम्स में खेलते हैं, इस वजह से उनका प्रॉफिट मार्जिन काफ़ी ज़्यादा है. तो प्राइस एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है. पार्ले जी गोल्ड अगर देखेंगे तो उन्होंने उसका प्राइस बढ़ा दिया बिकॉज उन्होंने उसमें क्वालिटी वो पहले वाले पार्ले जी की जैसे रखी है. सो प्राइस ऑल्सो इंक्लूड्स द कंसिडरेशन ऑफ कस्टमर्स परसीव्ड वैल्यू. कस्टमर किसी प्रोडक्ट को जब देखता है तो वो उसको क्या उसमें वैल्यू परसीव करता है. वो ये बोलता है कि मुझे इसमें इतनी वैल्यू दिख रही है, तो वो उसके लिए वो प्राइस है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप कस्टमर को बोलेंगे कि ये स्टेपलर खरीद लो, अगर उसका कोई यूज नहीं होगा तो उसके लिए वो कुछ भी प्राइस पे करेगा तो वो कहेगा कि अरे ये मैंने बेकार में खरीद लिया. बट अगर उसके लिए उसकी सच में वैल्यू होगी तो वो उसको किसी भी हाल में हासिल करना चाहेगा. सो दैट इज द प्राइस. So sometimes you pay the price for your career, sometimes you pay the price for your education, you pay the price for getting anything in your life. So price is not just related to the money, it is related to all your sacrifices also which you are making. Now moving ahead, place. So when we talk about place, it refers to providing the customer the access and the convenience. Place is defined as a direct or indirect channel to the market, the geographical distribution, the territorial coverage, the retail outlet, the market location, the catalog, inventory, logistics, and order fulfillment. Anywhere where you have the possibility to engage the customer, that is called as a place. It could be a virtual marketplace or it could be a physical store. Now, when we talk about place, the marketing decisions which are taken under place are the market coverage, where to cover the market, whether you want to go for exclusive distribution, inclusive distribution strategy, selective distribution strategy, the channel member selection, how many members you will have, one member in the channel like distributor and directly to the end customer, or two member distributor, retailer and end customer, three level distributor, retailer, carrying and forwarding agents, and then end customer. So assortment, what varieties you are going to keep, location decisions, the inventory, what type of inventory you are going to keep, the transportation, warehousing, and the logistics related decision. So all these decisions comes under the place. The last P is the promotion. When we talk about promotion, promotion refers to the marketing communication which is used to make the offer known to the potential customers and persuade them to investigate it further. Simple. उनको बताना है कि आपके पास क्या है, आप क्या बेच रहे हो. हिंदी में बोला गया जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. जिस चीज की विजिबिलिटी नहीं वो चीज मार्केट में कभी नहीं बिकेगी. तो विजिबिलिटी क्रिएट करता है प्रमोशन. में कॉम्प्रोमाइज एलिमेंट सच एज एडवर्टीजमेंट, पब्लिक रिलेशन, सेल्स प्रमोशन, डायरेक्ट मार्केटिंग, all these tools have been used as a promotional tool so that the awareness of a given product or a service can be created. Now, the marketing decisions which are taken under promotion are the promotional mix elements, appropriate balance of advertisement, personal public relation, direct marketing, and sales promotion. The message strategy, what message is to be given to the customers, then the channel or the media strategy, how to reach the target audience, the message frequency, how often to communicate. All these things are very important and part of your promotional strategy. So until now, I have covered the 4 P's. The extended P's of marketing, that is people, physical evidence, and process. That in 1981, Booms and Bittner, they proposed a model of 7 P's. comprising the original 4Ps plus process, people and physical evidence as being more applicable for service marketing.